Raw, dramatic and packed with emotion, Christopher Roach's picture of the Ukuku people descending from a ritual high up in the Andean mountains is the epitome of travel photography. It's wonderfully composed, and the gaze of the main character looking back up to the dwelling place of the gods adds to the power of the image.
I love Johann's image of the two sea lions sharing a tender moment in the Galapagos Islands. The lighting's great and emphasises the faces, and the eyes are well placed in the frame. I also love the way the reflections on the surface lead the eyes towards the focal point of the image.
Stian's photograph is full of immersive narrative. The isolated huts and the fox's footprints convey a desolate sense of place. And then the simple monochromatic palette complements the quiet nature of the scene. But in contrast, the dramatic cloudscape and the textural detail in the snow allude to a bygone blizzard, creating this magical juxtaposition of different times within a single still image. And that is just wonderful.
I was immediately struck by the poignancy of Alice van Kempen's image of elephant tusks. The texture is wonderful, and the focus on the tusks in the foreground with the gentle-looking elephant eye in the background perfectly convey the plight of the elephants, which are being slaughtered at a terrifying rate for their ivory. In this context, not only is this a great wildlife image, it carries a strong conservation message as well.
What I really like about this image is the fact that it actually starts to raise more questions than it answers. Really, that's the thing that has the most impact for me, is the fact that I'm looking at something that I don't really understand, but visually it's very, very striking.
Successful wildlife photography is often about the smallest details, and David Rosenzweig has certainly captured the perfect moment of these two leopards in the Timbavati Game Reserve in South Africa. The symmetry of the two animals, with their front paws planted, their heads turned together, and the swish of their tails in perfect symmetry, has certainly impressed the judges.
We all loved this elemental image with an achingly beautiful, almost metallic palette fading invitingly into the distant mist. An ingenious expression of the spirit of a misty day in the Norwegian fjordlands. When nature presents such a heavenly canvas, it's so easy to over-process the scene. But here's a masterfully composed, understated and honest, timeless classic, reminiscent of the very best classical landscape paintings.
You don't always have to travel far to take great photographs, and Justin Garner's image of a blue anemone was taken on the balcony of his house. The level of detail across the image is extraordinary, and the colour palette is exquisite. It really shows the wonder of nature in close-up.